Okay, so you need to recognize similar animals in the first question. 9 of them minus 6 of them is 3 of them. And x is 6 of them minus 12 of them is minus 6 of them. 1 mark. Letter B, need to recognize similar animals here. 6 of them minus 3 of them is 3. 6 minus 3 is 3. And then the constants, minus 9 plus 4 is minus 5. 1 mark. Again, similar animals. This is an x double-headed y. Minus 8 of them minus 4x double-headed y's is just 4x double-headed y's. Collect the 4xy plus 3xy is 7xy. And don't add the 4 because that's a different animal. Letter G. I think if this is 6 h's on top and 3 on the bottom, and 1 can cancel with 1, 1 can cancel with 1, 1 can cancel with 1, and the remainder is h3. So letter G is h3. Letter D is kitchen whiz. Everything goes on and gets blended together in a kitchen whiz scenario because of the multiplication. 2 times 4, and there are 3 g's being multiplied by each other there and 6 there, so in total there are 9 g's getting multiplied together. Letter E, that 3 cubing there only works on the x squared. It doesn't work on the 6. So the answer is just 6x6. Do you see that the x squared gets cubed? Oops, that's a 2. And there are 6 of them getting multiplied by themselves. 6 x's getting multiplied by themselves. Letter F. Let's deal with 24 over 3. That's 8. 24 divided by 3 is 8. And then on the top of the fraction there are 6 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6. On the bottom of them there's 2. 1 with 1, 1 with 1. The answer is 8x4. Letter I. If I just write out all the letters longhand, 4 y's, 5 z's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 z's. Okay, 40 over 8 is 5, so I'll put the 5 out the front. 3 x's, 2 y's, and 1 z. I can start cancelling 1 z with 1 z, 1 y with 1 y, 1 y with 1 y, 1 x with 1 x. The answer, there are 2 y's left, 4 z's. On the bottom there's just 2 x's, like that. And you can either have the 5 written at the top like that, or you can have the 5 out the front. Oops, that's a 4 over x squared. 5y squared, z4 over x squared is the answer. and the first page was out of 8 marks. So you should have a number down the bottom here that says 8 or 7 or 6 or worse. Question 2. A is 6, so it's 6 times 6 times B times C. And when you put that into the calculator, 36 times 4 times 3, 36 times 12, you get minus 432. When you do letter B, again substitute what C is equal to. Minus 3, 12 times B was 4, minus A. I suspect a few of us need to sort of figure out how to put that into the calculator to get the correct answer, which is minus 126. Minus 126. Letter C, 10 multiplied by B multiplied by C, all divided by 2 lots of 6. And if you put that in correctly, or you do it in your head, you get minus 10. Letter D, B is 4 squared multiplied by 6 for A divided by 2 lots of 6. In a similar fashion to the previous question where you could cancel A with A or 6 with 6, and the answer is 4 squared divided by 2, which is 8. 4 times 4 is 16, divided by 2 is 8. So that there was 8 out of 4 for that little group of questions. Right, question 3, you had to expand. In other words, get rid of the bracket. So 6 times 8 and 6 times 11. Letter B, x times 4x is 4x squared, and x times 3 is 3x. Letter C, keep that minus 10y together and multiply it by 6, and you get minus 60y, and 10y. Notice that it's a minus times a minus, so you end up with a plus 140y. Happy with that one? Minus 60y plus 140y. Oh, you could collect those together, by the way, because they're both, these were double-headed ape, single-headed ape. These are both apes, in inverted commas. Minus 60 from 140 is 80. So you could write that and still get the right answer there. Letter D. First step is to get rid of the bracket, and then we'll collect together. Because it says expand and simplify, so you do have to collect those letters together if you can. 3 times x, 3x, 3 times 11. So I've still got the 12 and I've still got the minus 12x. I've just got rid of the bracket. I'll collect the 12 and the 33. It's 45. And I'll go 3x minus 12x is minus 9x. Yep. 45. Some people wrote 45 minus 9x, which is equally correct. Letter E is FOIL. First, y squared. Outside, 9y. Inside, 11y. And last, and then collect together the y's. 20y. And very lastly, well, not very last, but last in the section, FOIL again. First, 2 times y times 3 times y is 6y squared. Outside, plus 26y. Inside, minus 6y. And last is minus 26. Collect the y's together. 20y. I'm up to question 4. After I finish question 4, I'll take a couple of minute break. This question wasn't done so well. Factorize means to put into brackets. So you have to look for common factors of 16x and 16y. There's only one common factor here. It's 16. 16 times what gives 16x? Well, 16 times x will give 16x. And 16 times y will give 16y. So that means factorize, put into brackets. Part B, factors of 24 and 18. 6 is the only one. There's not 2, so just take 6 outside the bracket and ask yourself 6 times what gives 24? What gives 24b, should I say? 6 times 4b gives 24b. And 6 times what gives 18c? Letter C. There's a couple of factors here. 3 is 1. And x is another. So take 3 and x outside a bracket. 3x times what gives 3x squared? Well, 3x times x will give 3x squared. And then 3x times what gives minus 27 xy. Right, letter D. You should recognize that there's some x squares, some x's, and a number. Pairs of brackets. And the first term is always x times x to get that x squared. The last term you have to think of the factors of 15, 3 and 5, 3 and 5, 15 and 1. But one of them has a sum of 8, and it has to be 3 and 5. There's where the 8 comes from. And they're both plus, so they have to add together to give 8, and multiply together to give plus 15. That's worth 1 mark. Letter E. Again, it's the same type of factorization because it's got some x squared, some x's, and a number. X out the front. Factors of 20, 4 and 5, 2 and 10. And 20 and 1. Which pair adds together to give a sum or difference of 8? Must be 2 and 10, right? So 2, 10,